Good morning, welcome to Farnborough in the UK. Welcome to South Coast Summit. South Coast Summit, it's a two-day conference. The first day is all workshops, which was yesterday. The second day is all sessions. And not only did we have workshops yesterday, but actually last night we had the UK Community Awards Gala dinner, and where we recognised some great people in our community. But today it's all about sessions and content, which is why we're here. Lots and lots of Microsoft content to be consumed. Lots of really good speakers from Microsoft over, execs from Microsoft over from Seattle as well, which is a great draw as well. And congratulations to the conference organisers for kind of finding these people and bringing them to us. Some great speakers, Microsoft MVPs, not just from the UK but from Europe as well. But yeah, lots and lots of experts and specialists, a ton of different sessions. There's lots and lots of different things going on. We're in a new location this year. South Coast Summit was not here last year. This is the Farnborough International Exhibition Centre. It's a fantastic venue. It's modern, it's large, it's got good kind of walkways. You can see me walking down the big hallway here with all the different session rooms in it for all the different breakouts. There's a dedicated expo hall as well, which we're going to go and look around in a minute. But yeah, lots and lots of space and really nice venue. So very much looking forward to today and lots of good sessions.
Well, here we are today, very special day. This is like our own little special gathering of people who all care deeply about this magical, technical thing that we all do. The person who's going to follow me is someone I hugely admire. So I would like you to give a massively warm welcome to the couturier of code, Donna Sarkar.
So I'm changing my job title. Couturier of Code. I don't hate it. Can we give a huge shout out to Aaron, Nathan, and Carl? Yes? Because every one of these levels, you boost your salary by 25%. And I only see that because I've seen people do it this year. Second thing, you're going to see a lot more about this coming up, is extending copilots with things like connectors, which all of you know, but also plugins in M365 and Windows, et cetera, et cetera. And the third one is teaching people to build their own copilot. Currently, the three ways to do it are Teams apps, Power Virtual Agents, and Azure OpenAI Service. So all manner of code levels, high code, medium code, low code, et cetera. There's going to be many other ways to do it. All of you will discover new ways to build your own copilots, to reason over your own company's data. But this is now my job, where I live in the world of adopt, extend, and build. Don't let things happen to you. Go out there and happen to things. Thank you so much.
In the expo hall, there's actually a little stand for the National Museum of Computing, and they've brought all sorts of things with them just to kind of show off and display. If you saw my last video a couple of weeks ago from Collab Days at Bletchley Park, lots and lots more stuff there at the National Museum of Computing. And actually I did talk about this in the last video, but they're actually raising money to repair their roof, which is kind of really interesting in a not a great way. Around the state of our industry, which is such an affluent industry, but our National Museum has some of the oldest artifacts of our industry. They're raising money just to repair the roof. So they actually have a crowdfunder. You can see here, you can scan the screen if you want to donate to their crowdfunder. But yeah, so help them out, because this stuff's really important. It's really interesting as one thing, but also it's both interesting and a really useful part of our heritage, if you like, and our history. So I'm kind of passionate about keeping this stuff alive and keeping it going. That BBC Micro, one of the first computers I ever used. So yeah, really interesting. Brings back some memories just looking at that keyboard. So yeah, it's interesting.
We've got the M365 Copilot, Windows, Dynamics, all of the Dynamics modules will have a Copilot. We've got Copilots in Power Platform, we've got Sales Copilot, GitHub Copilot for coding, Power BI, the Security Copilot across Sentinel and Purview and all of these other systems. And then we've got Copilots in Viva and Syntex.
We're sending it over to the large language model, and this is where we're doing that generative part. We're taking the content that we've taken in response to that prompt, and we're starting to actually form a response back to us.
And the important bit of this is that it requires minimal funding. Realistically, it's quite cheap. So, the big question for ourselves is, as a developer, how will AI affect you?
But what ended up happening is that you still had an iframe, so in the end it was an iframe that you couldn't edit. You still had the original branding and there was nothing else that you could do. The only option that you had at the time was the custom web chat canvas. Yeah, don't use the chatbots. Do not order it to originally send out Boris Johnson or someone else, please. They don't need any more than those. We can have them in person. Although saying that, you can send the numbers to us.
One of the things I really like about this conference is because it's all of Microsoft, it's quite broad, and it's a good time to get a feel across not in our entire industry, but just like a little bit wider than sometimes, we're in our own niche, our own bubble. And so coming to a conference like this where it's all of Microsoft tech, it's all of Azure, it's Windows, it's Office, it's Microsoft 365, it's data, it's all sorts of things. It's good for, it's good to get a feel for what's going on. This year, it was really about the AI, not just, and Copilot really in Microsoft, but not just in Microsoft 365, Copilot and all the things. So that's been the real theme is AI and Copilot. That's been interesting and useful to kind of see across the board how that's been applied across the different product teams at Microsoft. And so I think it's been really good. It's been a really good day, an awful lot of sessions, some really, really good session content, and a very good opportunity to attend some sessions in areas outside of your immediate expertise as well, which I always like to do at conferences. If I can go to some sessions that you know nothing about the content, because you're going to learn so much and you never know when it might be applicable. I think that's a good tip for attending conferences. Go and find a session where you know nothing about the subject matter, because it's really interesting, and it's good as well to be in a session where, quite often people will gravitate to sessions where they already know the content, and I don't really understand that. I mean, I do in some ways, because yes, there's tips and tricks to be gained, and you can kind of hone your craft, but also I think there's huge value to be had in attending something you know nothing about. And not only do you know nothing about it, you don't even think you should know about it, but those are the best ones as well. All right, South Coast Summit continues throughout the day and into the evening, because there's a pub quiz this evening. Hope this video has been useful to give you a feel about what it's like here today. And if you didn't come to South Coast Summit and you live in the UK, look it up. It's a great conference, and it'd be great to see you there. Thanks for watching.